sacrifice, universal love and equanimity. From there, stretch, peep beyond the nature into the divine. Manifest the inner divinity little by little through service and sadhana. Spiritual practices without leaving. I tell the inmates again and again here, don't waste time, don't indulge in external thinking. Don't bring the world's talks in the ashrama. Talk among yourself about God and spiritual life. Not even of the situations outside. We have no time. Time is precious. And if you carry the world, we are more filled with world than ourselves and God. We are not concerned about ourselves. We are running after the world, keeping the world. World is too much with us, beyond limits. Just sit and think, it is of the world. Never of God or one's own self. How shall I change? Why do I see this? Why do I think like this? The question doesn't arise. Arises in one who has begun his spiritual life. Here, when the word love of God comes into picture, it is highly elevated state where man is almost unconscious of his body, so dear to a small mosquito sitting, slight burning here, there, we are not able to tolerate. Such state, such a dear body, he forgets. Unconcerned. Bhojana bhavana bhalo nahi lagai. Nothing tastes of this world. And one of the important signs of a devotee who loves God, seeks God from the heart, is he never abandons contemplation. Meditation is different from contemplation, or what we call meditative awareness. Meditative awareness, as if he is meditating, he is moving about. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's eyes were looking at Jagannath Puri. The two eyes are compared. One who was witness, he writes, the eyes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were like bumblebees, bee, just cutely looking at God. God has the lotus-like eyes. Looking. One is thirsty, one is paripurna. God is paripurna, the giver, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is thirsty. This is the sign of contemplation. He is sitting somewhere, walking somewhere. Sri Ramakrishna comes out. One day, he'll be going to Kolkata. And we see him after coming, telling, I went there, I saw while going hundreds of people walking here and there, and I saw almost all are Nimna Drishti. Their eyes are fixed on the enjoyments of the world and possession, Kamini Kanchana, Nimna Drishti. I saw one or two who have Urdhva Drishti, who they are thinking of God and going. Amidst all people, they are immersed in God. This is contemplation. He is moving about, but contemplating on God. Contemplation is, it can be wider or smaller, but a particular concept is held by the mind. It holds. And the same thing rotates within in various ways. This way, that way. It will go on observing what does this scripture say, what does that scripture say, how to go about. And then like a person who has lost his job, goes on inquiring, goes on searching for a job, where will I get, where will I get? Mind is, how will I get, how will I reach him? This is contemplation. And various forms, various ways of praising, various ways stuti, gunagana, all these come under the wide range of contemplation. He remains in contemplation of God, sometimes leaves everything and on the form he sits and contemplates. And contemplate turns into meditation. Meditation matures into samadhi. He gets the vision of God. And how much of sacrifice, how much of struggle to overcome the inner enemies who have made permanent residence in our heart, never to leave. Whole mind, body now, it is possessed, it's forcing. We see the world of enjoyments. They see the world of divine. We must have the divine eyes to see the divine world everywhere. The two thorns of Kamini Kanchana, if they are removed and thrown away, they find great peace immediately. Otherwise, lives of lives, it will be driving, empty and nicely beaten to the last. Hindi mein, they say in Hindi, Prakriti, धूल उड़ा देती, मार के धूल उड़ा देती. So you will be such pratadan that we will not be able to. First it looks, I can face anything. I am there to face. Small problems we cannot face. How we become so nervous when problems start coming, and when health issues come, followed by that, we are nowhere. So this always, he is sign of a lover of God. He remains contemplating on God wherever he is there. He is unconcerned about other things. His duties with great diligence and sacrifice, with complete absolute sincerity and commitment, he does his duties and offers it to the divine as a oblation, ahuti. All his doings are going into the Lord's. Because love is sacrifice. In love, there is no seeking, there is no enjoyments, there is no taking anything. It is giving. Sato bhakti. Tyaga Swarupa. Love of God, is full of renunciation. Renunciation, giving all enjoyment, this, that, family, relatives, everything he gives up. Not out of disgust, not out of fear, but going for a higher cause. The lower things we have to. If you want to climb to a higher step, you have to leave the lower step and climb to the higher step. And lower step, you are fulfilled. And then you go to the higher. Most of the sadhus who have come to our Ramakrishna mission, you will see, they are all had fulfillment in their life in the world. They did not lack anything. Education, wealth, health, strength, all that they wanted. And then they just, oh, this is nothing. I am going for higher life. I want to seek something. I want to give something to this world. Higher levels of consciousness for that. And actual renunciation or giving up is growth. We grow. So we cannot contain ourselves in smaller families, small bonds of families. We expand higher. If you bring a small fish and keep in a bowl, after a few months, it comes to the length of the bowl. It cannot move about. You have to put in a trough. It moves about freely again. Within few more months, it elongates itself, growth, and you have to put in a tub. When you put in a tub, it freely moves about. Growth is making it go. When it still grows, you live in a tank. Still grows, you live in a river. Still grows, you will finally go to the ocean. So, renunciation is a process by which you overgrow the family life. Anybody says, I don't want this, it becomes hatred, dislike. Dislike is negative attraction. It is not I don't like, I don't want, but I have to go to a higher view, higher attainment. So goes the life. So in love of God, you will see always he is in, Thakur says, who is a holy man? Whose mind is constantly dwelling at the feet of God. Constantly. And as a practice, what do we do? Unceasing prayer, unceasing calling on God, or japa, one or the other weapon, like those who enter into war, they will have so many things. From small revolver in the waist to the nuclear bomb. Present days. In those days, so many weapons. Khadga, Dhanusha, Bana, and all that. Each Bana can be, you can invoke any Devata and leave it. Various Astra Shastras. All with that he goes. If one fails, other is there. Like that, when we live in the world, we must have various things. Now, sit for singing, bhajan. Next moment, oh, this is enough. You go and sit for japa in the river bank. Then you come up. Then you spend some time in studies of scriptures, contemplate on it. Then you go and do your worship. So many ways, one or the other you weapon you will be utilizing to see that I have unbroken thought of divine. I am in constant touch with the divine. The inner channels connecting to the divine are not cut off. They remain connected. So all calamities come, all problems we see as problems only when the inner channels connecting to the divine are cut off. Otherwise every problem is an opportunity. Every problem is an opportunity for something or other higher. Somebody scolds, can take it as an opportunity to go to God, to understand this world, to understand the nature of people, to understand the cause of his restlessness or her restlessness. Why did she utter like that? What is within her? Why did I react to it? What is within me? All this, you have plenty of every problem comes to you, you convert it into an opportunity to expand. So, sukha comes, all right. Dukkha comes, all right. Go ahead. Utilize, it's a force. Dukkha is a force which makes you weep. Sukha is a force which makes you elated. Utilize these forces to evolve, to go beyond. Because everything is passing event, passing shows. Don't hold on to, don't care for. Go, keep walking. Go forward. So, this is what the contemplation and not disliked, dispassion for the worldly things. And perfection in work and duties and responsibilities he will never shirk off. No, with great interest, because that is a service. That is a service unto Lord. Whatever you do is a worship once you set the goal. And your duties nobody else will do. You have to do. Till you are unable to do, when God will take over the responsibility. Include everything, including if you have loans to pay, He will pay. I have become a child, helpless. And anything, daughter is there unmarried, God will get it done. Everything will be taken care. When you are in ecstatic love of God, you are not able to take care of yourself. What happens? Hashe kande, nache gai. A person in ecstatic love of God, sometimes he laughs, sometimes he weeps, hashe kande, sometimes he dances in ecstasy and joy. Nache gai, he sings. So, this state of existence, where can he take care of his duties and responsibilities? They have fallen off from him. Like the flower falls off when the gourd comes behind, fruit comes behind. So his karma is over. He has nothing to do now. He has to play and rejoice God and link everyone to the divine. This becomes the great responsibility. And then seeking the welfare of God, all. Every jiva, to wherever he sees any kind of suffering, he is not able to bear. Deep inside, just like it has happened to his own people, whom he loves most, and is on the deathbed. With every jiva he feels the same thing because he sees his own reflection in all of them. His heart has expanded. Lastly, love of God makes you to take care of the nature, Mother Nature. Because it is where the whole life force is existing in nature. And how many bacteria to animals are there, plants are varieties of plants. Just to look at the oceans and tanks, how many types of aquatic life on the ground, in forests, varieties of lives. They all are supplementary and complementary to our existence. If all people die in the world, nothing happens to this world. If all other beings die away, man cannot survive. He cannot survive. That to take care of this nature for future generation. We are not caring. The soap and other things, washing and cleaning, acids for toilets and all we are using, tons are entering into the earth. Within a few thousand years, the earth, at least for 20 feet or half a kilometer, you will see you cannot grow anything. So much of caustic is entering every day. Formerly, we used to, in our childhood days also, oil bath and all, we used to use sigekai powder, soap nut powder. People used to go and bring from the trees and plants soap nut for washing clothes and all that. How naturally it is, goes back to, as a soap nut, it falls on the ground and dissolves in the ground, and this is not like that. So man is highly affected now, and future generation have to be deprived of many things we have seen and utilized. So to take care, he is concerned about all this. Love of God doesn't make him separate from the rest of the existence. It makes him one with the rest of existence. I have separated the vast universe from the universe. I have separated this one body and calling this body as myself. The rest of the I left out. I have separated this bodily existence, identified with this, and what is yoga is to get united with the rest of the things, discarding this bodily identity. I have to discard. In every day, nature takes me to sleep to show that you are not this body. Nothing of yours is here. But still, the moment I wake up, I say, I am this body, and then this world, regarding the world, mine and yours. So, the whole struggle is to de-identify with the body, identify with the reality, what you are, and associate yourself with the divine, and be divine, enter into the transcendental realm of everlasting life, bliss, peace, love, absolute. Here what you get in small grains, there it is there in ocean, and your own property. And you are moving about here in this world like a beggar. Everything is within. Every joy is within. Even enjoyments, a joy comes from within, not from the objects. In masala dosa there is no joy. Joy is within. If in masala dosa, if that joy is there, second masala dosa must give the same amount. Third, fourth, law of diminishing return will apply there. 10th, you will start vomiting. The sukha becomes dukkha. And it is momentary till it slips down. Suppose it comes out, you cannot eat it again. You will hesitate to eat. At least dogs vomit and eat. We don't eat. Same masala dosa. Just it has gone in and come out. You will not eat it. That is the quality of that object, matter. So, how do you love that? How do you hold on to that? How will you enjoy it? It is needed for body, all right. Beyond that, of bodily protection, today for something I was writing or contemplating, I don't remember. The Jivan Mukta, in Jivan Mukta state, when he realizes God, he passes through the same Jagrat. Immediately after spiritual awakening, you are witness of the dream state. You are dream and waking, you can, when you are in dream, you can know what is happening in the waking state, your bodily existence, and in waking state you can see the dream state, what is happening within you. After realizing God, all the three states you become witness of the Jagra Swapna Sushupti. At a time you can be witnessing at all layers of your existence what is happening. With what does, to experience one of the states, Jagra Swapna Sushupti, you need identification with the body. When you are identified with the three bodies, you are in waking state. When you are identified, withdrawn from the bodily existence, you are in dream state. From subtle body also withdrawn, you are in deep sleep. Identification is necessary to experience Jagra Swapna Sushupti. The realized soul, enlightened soul also passes through Jagra Swapna Sushupti. With what? With what identification? With his own ego. Ego, identity. The nature keeps that ego of realized soul as supreme knowledge he is possessing. Keeps to keep the body alive. Without ego, body cannot be alive. And because of the ego, he has to pass through the Jagra Swapna Sushupti also. But he is a witness of all the three. And no karma binds him. What a beautiful thing you see. Maybe I have written in that letter, he asked some question about ego. Abhishek. For that I had to write. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.